Hi, I'm Carol Ventura. The beauty of felted tapestry crochet is that you're using a fairly large hook and a large stitch. And this additional carried thread contributes to the thickness of the fabric. You have the pattern incorporated also on both sides of the fabric. And then once it's felted, it just shrinks magically, or like magic, in a washing machine. This is a finished piece that has beads on one side, and it can be totally reversible. Here you have like a daytime, nighttime bag. So you see the inside is just as beautiful as the outside. I also designed my pieces with one-piece construction without sewing, which allows that to happen. So this technique is wonderful for bags because the fabric is thick and you don't need a lining. With regular tapestry crochet, you often have to use a very tight stitch. The felted is much easier. In fact, I suggest that if this is your first time doing tapestry crochet, that you try the felted amulet bag project. With the crochet felting, you need a very loose stitch. And I've done 4 samples here in 2 different yarns, a thicker yarn and a thinner yarn. Now there are many yarns that will felt: wool, what else? Alpaca, mohair. You do have to be careful though. There are some wools called superwash wools. Those have been designed not to felt. Well, with crocheted felting, you want a loose stitch like we see here. And then if you wash it one time, it will shrink like this. This one has been washed twice, and then this 3 times. Now after a while, the piece will stop shrinking. But if you notice, it shrinks more horizontally than vertically, and also every yarn is slightly different. Now the hooks can also vary according to the thickness of your yarn. Both of these hooks can be used with this heavy green yarn, and today I'm using a size K hook to do this little bag. Let me show you how to start this little bag. Again, the instructions are on my tapestrycrochet.com webpage. You start by chaining 12 stitches, and then you single crochet across as normal. In fact, you would get 11 stitches. When you come to the very last one, you will put 2 more stitches in the same stitch to bring you around to the bottom of the chain. So this is different from how most people will crochet. So now we're going to be crocheting across, single crocheting across on the bottom of the chain, carrying this tail as you go along. If you carry the yarns and threads, there's no need to weave them in later. This carrying is also a good technique if you're about to run out of a color. You can begin to carry the new color and then switch to the new color and carry the old color. Now I'm going across the bottom. When I get to the very last stitch, I'm going to put 2 stitches in here. And since it has the 1 stitch from the very first, essentially what you have are 3 stitches in each end. I will not be adding any more stitches now. And since I'm not adding, the sides of the little bag will come straight up. Now I'm ready to carry my other color. So I just stop carrying the tail, I lay it in there, and from now on I'm only going to do 1 single crochet stitch in each stitch. So I'll do 1 round going all the way around. I have 24 stitches, which will work out perfectly because my pattern is 6 stitches wide. I will have 5 red and 1 white. Now, if you would like to make a larger bag with the same motif, you can increase the initial chain by 6 stitches and then make it as wide as you would like, you know. This is going pretty good, but I want to point something out to you. At the very ends here, it's very difficult to see that there's only 3 stitches. This is where people make a mistake, often adding more stitches. So here's one stitch. Now the next one is way over here, and the next one over here. Often people will end up adding stitches accidentally. It usually happens at both of these ends, especially in the first 2 or 3 rounds. The pattern starts with 1 white. Again, the pattern is linked to my tapestrycrochet.com page. You can follow it there. So I switch colors when I still have 2 loops on the hook. Now I have my white to my right and the red to my left, and as I switch there's a little twist that happens near the work, and that's fine. The reason why this is important is it will keep your yarns from tangling if you just let one color be on one side, one on the other. Now this isn't so important if you're just using 2 colors, but sometimes I work with 7 or 8 colors at once, so it's important to keep the yarns separated. Otherwise you spend a lot of time untwisting. So let's see, I have 4 red, I need 1 more, and again I will switch when I still have 2 loops on the hook. So I need 1 white. It's actually just partial because I'm switching while 2 loops are on the hook. And here we go, 2, 3, 4, and now on this 5th one I'm switching and being very careful not to add an extra stitch. Also, this is a good time to turn it because it naturally wants to go the other way. So you have the side facing you, that is the outside of the little bag. If I have 1 stitch too many or 1 not enough, I won't have 5 stitches here. I'll have either 4 or 3, and that's when you have to look and see where you've added or missed a stitch. So this has come out perfect. My next round calls for 2 white and 4 red. So here are 2, and I switch, and then I would just continue around and around until I get to the very top, and then I cut the red thread. I don't cut the white though. I make a long chain and connect it to the other side and end the piece. Now for the felting process, again you need very hot water, and soap works best. I like to use a mild dishwashing soap. I usually put it maybe a couple tablespoons to a small load. And again, I'll wash it once, see how it looks. If it is not felted quite enough, then I can put it in again. After you wash it, you can put it in the dryer and dry it. You can lay it out and dry it. And then once it's dry, you need to block it. Now what I do for blocking my piece is I'll use a steam iron, put water in it, set it to steam. Sometimes I will iron it like this, pressing right down on it. Other times I will cover it over that way. If your iron has multiple settings, you have to make sure that you don't have it too hot. When the piece is still warm, you can also pull on it and pull it into shape if it's not quite the way it should be. For a piece like this, I would have to be careful not to iron over the beads because they might break. So what I would do, I could set it like this and open it up, iron it this way, and also I can cover it with this towel and iron it that way.